It's another Acoustic Alternatives. I'm John Bomarito. We are in Grove Studios in Ypsilanti. This is the home of the podcast. It has been for 4 years. They were the ones who encouraged me to do a podcast in the first place. So if you're just discovering this podcast because of the artist that I've brought to the stage this time, you might want to take notice that there are about 75 other ones, including Stephen Page of Bare Naked Ladies, Glenn Phillips of Toad the Wet Sprocket, Brian Vander Ark of the Verve Pipe, and of course, I like to support the Michigan music scene, and that's what we're doing today. Kanin Wren is my guest today. Hello, Kanin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's so nice to finally meet you.
It's nice to finally meet you as well. Meet you in person anyways.
Yes, we've had Facebook friendship for a while. We've got a lot of mutual friends. One of them is, because of the Michigan Music Alliance, which I am part of. I'm wearing this shirt. One of our board members is in charge of the local spins, and you were the Emerging Artist of the Year in 2024.
I was.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
That's
you
awesome.
so much.
Yeah, things are great for you. Breaking just out of high school and already playing to big audiences with your Taylor Swift experience.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy, but it's been so much fun. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better kind of start to after high school life. Yeah. It's been so much fun.
Not a lot of people your age get to play to big audiences right off the bat.
Yes, and that is something that I'm extremely grateful that I get to do on a regular basis.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're writing original material, and that's why we're here. We're not here to talk about Taylor Swift's career or you're doing her music. Just that is what is getting your the most attention, I suppose. Let's do one of your songs. You're going to sing.
Yeah.
You have a guitar. What would you like to start with?
I will start with one that just came out. It's called Heller, Minnesota.
All right. Kanin Wren is on Acoustic Alternatives from Grove Studios in Ypsilanti.
Mama raised me on sweet tea and Jesus. So you think I wouldn't learn to turn the other cheek, but I've been holding a grudge for a couple of months. I've been doing everything I can to get over us, but still I see you everywhere I turn. I just can't stand to see you there with her. So would you just go back to Minnesota? Bring that girl with you. Put a ring on her finger. Can't you just leave? 'Cause I don't wanna see you doing well. So you can go to hell or Minnesota. I'd be fine if you were broken and lonely, but it seems like you're doing alright without me. But can you be okay somewhere further away? Somewhere I don't have to watch you rub it all in my face. 'Cause I don't know how much more I can take. So would you just go back to Minnesota? Bring that girl with you. Put a ring on her finger. Can't you just leave? 'Cause I don't wanna see you doing well. So you can go to hell or Minnesota. And I won't tell you what to do, but I'll tell you where to do it. If I could find a worse place, then I'd try to send you to it. So would you just go back to Minnesota? I've heard it's cold, but I'm sure that you're colder. Can't you just leave? 'Cause I
Awesome. That is Kanin Wren and a song just released, Heller, Minnesota. And that, of the songs that I've heard of yours, original songs that I've heard, is my favorite. So I'm glad you started with that one. It's a really well-written song. And I have to imagine, as a performer of other people's songs, you must have learned how to write really well-crafted melodies and things by doing Taylor's songs.
Yes, I will say that one was an outside cut, which I have found beauty in doing outside cuts as well, just because I think there's something beautiful in, taking something and having a writer give that song to you and trust you with their song. It's like their baby. And I think there is a real big beauty in kind of being able to make that your own and share that with the writers as well.
Well, I was convinced it was yours because you sang it convincingly. Who wrote that then?
So Aron, I want to say Rosing is how you say his last name.
Okay. We're sorry, Aron.
What?
We're sorry, Aron, if we said it wrong.
Yeah, sorry. But he's also my producer, and he's just fantastic. We haven't been working with him for that long, but the time that we have spent with him has been just amazing.
Very
so
cool.
far.
All right. Well, what I normally do with my guests who come on the podcast is I dig into their childhood and come to adulthood, but not that far back to go for you because you're 18, correct?
Yes, I am 18.
So it's not that far back that we can go. Dewitt, Michigan is home?
Yes.
Where is Dewitt?
So it's about...
Use your hand.
Yes. I love to use my hand. It's right here.
You're using the hand the wrong way.
I know. I have a habit of doing that because it's just so like...
You're not.
But yes, it's like, oh my God.
Closer to kind of between
I've never
Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids or higher north?
It's like basically right in the center.
Lansing.
Yeah. And it's, about 10, 15 minutes from MSU's campus.
There you go. And you chose U of M as your college.
I did choose U of M.
I'm happy with that choice. And I've seen you wear an MSU shirt in something that I watched.
Yeah. My friends go to MSU, so I go visit them every once in a while, but I am a true Michigan fan.
Okay. Well, my view on that is that I will root for both teams as long as they're not playing each other.
I agree.
If you're from my state, I'm going to root for you over the other state. But if you're playing my blue team, your green team is not my team.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel as well.
High five. Cool. All right. Who inspired you to pick up a guitar?
So that's actually funny. I have no idea who really inspired me to pick up a guitar. I've just kind of always had a love for music since I was little. My family is really into music, not in the way that they perform it, just in the way that, we always have music going in our house.
Same in our house when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they started taking me to concerts at a very young age, I would say.
What was your first concert?
It was actually Sam Hunt and Maren Morris.
Oh, okay.
So that was a fun one. So I don't really know who kind of inspired me to pick up a guitar, but I put my first guitar in layaway. I want to say it was when I was real young, and I got that for Christmas the next year, and I didn't really touch it for about a year after I got it, and then
is it this one?
No, it's not this one. My very first guitar was a Baby Taylor.
Okay.
Which is very fitting. It actually has a Taylor Swift
That's kind of funny
thing, right? Her signature right there, not her actual signature, but I didn't pick it up for about a year, and then I don't know what it was, but something in me just kind of wanted to start writing. And so, it's much easier to write when you can play an instrument.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of why I picked up the guitars, to be able to write.
This is not about you, it's about me for a second, which is not normally what I do, but because I was a kid once too, I wrote lyrics. I just never played any instruments. So I have a whole bunch of poems from when I was like 14, 15, 16. They're all very sad and like the broken-hearted John that, a couple of them were uplifting, but for the most part, they exist only in poem form because I don't play guitar. And I don't play keyboards. I don't play anything. I play the radio. Yeah. So,
that's still good.
Well, yeah, we need me as part of the equation for people like you to be heard. But I'm happy that you were able to channel it. Were you writing songs as a kid, or were you already?
Yeah, I would make my parents, watch me in my living room, or set up my stuffed animals and make them watch me when I was really little. And then I would say about 11, I wrote and released my first song, which you won't find that anywhere.
I was gonna ask, is it gone? It's gone. It's been wiped.
Gone. Yeah, it just didn't sound like me. It was a great song for an 11-year-old, though, I will say.
Well, what if you performed it as an adult singing in your adult voice?
You know,
What would it sound like?
I've never tried it. It would be
Embarrassing?
it would be, maybe, I don't know. I think I'd have to change some lyrics and make them sound a little more mature.
Well, then I won't make you do it here because I was tempted to do that, but not by the face you're making because I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to do that to you in our first meeting.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Okay. Very good. I'll hold you to that. You said you got to see a lot of concerts as a kid.
Yes.
What was the favorite concert you've seen of somebody else's? Let's take Taylor out of the equation.
I was going to say,
obviously
Taylor.
Obviously Taylor, because you wouldn't be dedicating so much of your life and time to her music otherwise.
Gosh, I would probably say Ed Sheeran. I saw him a really long time ago, and he was just fantastic. You know, it's basically just, at least when I saw him, it was just him and a guitar.
I was there. Depending on
And
what show it was.
yeah, it was just what he can do with a guitar, and his voice is amazing.
Fun fact, I got to interview Ed on his first visit to the Americas because he was opening for Snow Patrol,
yes,
who I was a huge fan of. And the record label rep said, hey, we've got this new priority on our label. Would you like to have him in? I'm like, I don't know who he is. We've only heard the A-Team so far. Maybe. I don't know. Can I hear the rest of the record? So he sent me the rest of the record. Like,
yeah.
Sure, okay. I'll have him in.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Not knowing he was going to be, what he is today.
Yeah.
Because he's very humble, very nice guy.
Yes, yeah.
One of my, it's a memory interview for me. Like, I remember asking him about Lego House and how and that a little clip of that that interview is on my webpage so that people can hear that little snippet about Lego House. Anyway, this is about you. Sorry.
No, that was super cool.
Well, because you mentioned that.
Yeah.
So I suppose your current goal, even though I'm sure you're going to continue the Taylor Swift experience, is to have people singing along to your songs just like they do Taylor songs.
Yeah.
How are you going to achieve that?
I don't know.
What's the plan?
I have a new show that we've been working on, and it's kind of other country covers and pop covers and a mix of my favorite artists, other than Taylor, but still involving some of her music.
Hard not to.
And that one will include a lot more of my original music, so hopefully that'll kind of start to ease people into my original music, and maybe once they see that show, they'll come back for my show.
That makes sense. That's actually a great way to do it. You're getting them a little bit of like sprinkles, right?
Yeah.
It's like, here's a cupcake. It's got sprinkles on it. You like the sprinkles? Okay, it's just the sprinkles next time.
Yes. Yeah. And I will say, I think it might be working. I've tried it a few times with the Taylor Swift. I always try and play at least one or two originals. Awesome. But at this last show in Maryland of my East Coast run, this little girl knew every single word to one of my songs. And that was just kind of a surreal moment. Yeah, it was very special.
You made it. When somebody's saying the lyrics, that's pretty cool. And one that you wrote, or was it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was, I think it was Wander, I want to say.
Do you want to play that one?
I don't know. I actually don't know how to play that one.
Okay, never mind then. It just seemed like it was a good opportunity to do it.
No, usually my guitar player plays that, so I haven't played it in quite a long time.
I don't know how to play it at all.
Yeah.
So I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you working on a full album, or are you just going to do singles?
Yeah, I'm working on a full album. The goal is, that's like the end goal for probably, I would love to say sometime maybe next summer.
Okay.
I would love to have an album, or be in the works of an album. I'm kind of trying to get there now. Sure. I've written a couple good ones in the past couple of weeks, I would say, and then I've been digging through old ones as well that might make the cut. So we'll see. Always
refine them, like your 11-year-old self, and refine that one. Yep. How many do you think are ready? Like, do you feel that would be ready for a full length? How many records do you think belong on a full length album? 10, 12, 15?
I would say for my first one, maybe 10.
Okay.
I would think I have maybe 5 ready now.
Half there.
And I'd have to tweak them a little bit, but I would have 5 full songs for that now.
You have your whole life, they say, to make your first album.
Yeah.
And they have to rush the next ones out. So.
Yes. Yeah.
It better be good.
We'll see.
No pressure. No pressure. Who are some of your favorites that aren't Taylor Swift that you listen to when you're just enjoying music?
So I love Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
She's been up and coming recently, but I will say I've been a fan of hers for a really long time. Actually, one of the very first songs that I covered was one of her songs way back when.
Okay.
Way back when she's on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
But I also love, like I said, Ed Sheeran. Gosh, there's just so many. I love Elton John as well. I love Olivia Rodrigo too. Conan Gray. Gregory Alan Isikoff is a good one that not a lot of people know about.
Did you see him in Ann Arbor this summer?
I did not. I wish I could have, but I do think I had a show actually.
Okay, that makes sense. Hard to go to shows when you're playing shows.
Exactly.
Need you get yourself as the opening act so you can
yes,
see the show?
I would love to be an opening act. Zach Bryan.
Okay.
I love Zach Bryan.
Okay.
I got to see him in concert too, so that was another good one.
My guest today on Acoustic Alternatives is up-and-coming singer Kanin Wren, who's, starting to write her own music, getting ready to put out a record, having succeeded already with the Taylor Swift experience. You've got a guitar, you've got a voice. Play me another song. What would you like to do?
This next one is called Could Have Been, and it's about my first breakup, my first relationship.
Sorry.
Nervous introductions, butterfly goodbyes, endless conversations in the dashboard light. Bared my soul completely, 'cause you felt like home. But where you are now, I don't even know. Wish it could have been dancing around the kitchen, front porch sneaking kisses, late night sharing secrets, I still see it. Wish it could have been hours on the phone and driving all alone. Wish it could have been what it never was. Wish it could have been love. Midnight driving movies in the summer heat, horse-drawn carriage rides through the city streets. Funny how your family felt like my own. Thought I'd get to see your brother grow. Wish it could have been Michigan Thanksgivings, asking my dad's blessing. Sunday church bells ringing, I still hear him. Instead of just hours on the phone and driving all alone. Wish it could have been what it never was. Wish it could have been love. The chapter ended before it began. We're strangers again with words left unsaid. If it could have been dancing around the kitchen, front porch sneaking kisses, late night sharing secrets, I still see it. Wish it could have been what it never was. Wish it could have been, 'cause I thought it was. Wish it could have been love. Wish it could have been love. Wish it could have been love.
Could have been music from Kanin Wren on Acoustic Alternatives from Grove Studios. Grove Studios, the home of the podcast for the last 4 years, and I want to thank them for being a great place to do the podcast. The only reason I'm doing the podcast is actually them. If you're a local musician in the Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area or the Detroit area, this is a space you can rent 24/7. You could be here at 2 a.m. making tons of noise, and no neighbor of yours is going to say, turn that noise down. That's what this is for. There's different size rooms. We happen to be in the biggest room right now with Kanin, but there's a couple of smaller rooms. There's production rooms. There's a room for DJs to practice their skills in. It's a pretty cool place. And again, available 24/7 via a keypad. So thank you to the good folks at Grove Studios for making this my home for the podcast. And Kanin, thank you for doing that song. I really enjoyed that one.
Thank you.
Because it's about breakups, I want to ask, because you sing a lot of Taylor songs that are breakup songs, are you soured on relationships at this point just because you've lived those lyrics so many times?
No, I don't think so.
You shouldn't be.
I would love to be in a relationship.
It can happen. I'm going to say 40 years of wisdom on you. My first breakup, she's still one of my best friends today, and I stood up in her wedding 27 years ago on her side, not on his side. So whether or not you and your ex will ever be friends, I don't know,
I don't
but
think so.
it could happen. It could happen. You know, she and I weren't friends for a couple of years, and then we realized that we're always connected in some way, you know?
Yeah.
So she's one of my favorite people still. Anyway, so you never know what'll happen.
Yeah.
You're way too young to be worrying about marrying that one. So don't worry about it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So how did you assemble the band that you play with? Because they're a rock band. They're not a country band, and you seem like you're sort of teetering between pop and country, and they're a rock band.
Yeah, they're a fantastic group of individuals, and at this point our team has it's grown so much. But I will say, I think the people that we started with, and we've had switches with the people who we've had now,
new guitar player,
back
whatever.
then, and just because life gets busy, and
Of course.
but the people that we had at the very beginning were people that I knew when I was first starting out. I met a lot of them when I was 16, I would say. So they're people that I've kind of handpicked that have been in the music scene, and I've known them, and they've all taken chances on me when I was really young, and I guess this is kind of my way of thanking them for that, is having them, come play with me, and it's been so much fun, and I couldn't ask for a better group. They've been fantastic so far.
How did you find them? They're just friends that you...
Friends
of friends?
So my drummer, he has a festival, and he was kind of looking for people to play, and I was really young at the time, so I was taking whatever I could get, and he took a chance on me because that was actually my first performance, just me and my guitar, and I had never done anything like that before, and he didn't know that at the time. Now he knows that.
It's okay, he doesn't need to know.
But yeah.
Got you the gig, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I've known him since forever, since I was 16. And then one of my guitar players, Daryl Boger, I've known him. I have a cottage up north, and I saw him play at a restaurant nearby, and he kind of took a chance on me as well, just when I was young, and most of the people on my team are just people who I've really been surrounded with, and I know they're good people and good players and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
I think one of the keys to life, and most people don't think of it as a key to life, but confidence is one of the keys to life. How long did it take you to become comfortable and confident on stage in front of large audiences?
That's kind of a difficult question, just because I think that when I was younger, I had so much experience playing, me behind my guitar and behind my microphone.
It changes it, doesn't it?
And it does.
Security blanket.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that when I started playing out, with the Taylor Swift experience, I was a little nervous with the few shows that we had in the beginning, but then as we kind of started to grow, I don't get nervous before shows anymore, just because I know I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna give it my all, and whatever happens, and I just kind of trust the process and do what I can. Do what I do best out on stage.
Does it change with the size of the audience? I can say from my experiences as a person who's bringing people on stage, which I've done a number of times in my lifetime, if there's only 20 people in the room or if there's 400 people in the room, it's completely different for me because the 20 people, I know every single one of them is listening to every single word I'm saying. 400 people, like I'm talking to like 5 of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's easier to just like picture, just a bunch of you, whatever, I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
But 20 people is like, blah, blah, blah.
I agree with that, actually. I think a lot of people are kind of surprised when I tell them that. And
it's a thing.
I do think it's harder to perform for fewer people than it is to perform for ginormous crowds. I think it's just I don't know, it's almost more personal. It's more intimate, and I love doing it, but it is a little bit harder for me, I think, just to kind of get that intimate with the few people that are in the crowd. But I always, me and my family have had this saying for a long time, but you play the same for if it's 10 or 10,000 people, you just go out there and you do your best and you leave it all out there on the stage. And yeah.
Well, maybe a lot of people who sing and play guitar and are starting out, I mean, and again, you've got a leg up because you've already built your audience, but house concerts are a great way for someone who's in your position to kind of get that small and get comfortable with that. Because first you get to know the people because you're mingling with them before the show. And like, okay, these people are cool. And then you can just do the thing. Again, I'm not a performer, but have you explored the house concert thing at all?
I think I actually did a few a long time ago. And then, when we were out on the East Coast, after a few shows, the venue owners or the people who have us play,
the hosts,
they would invite us back to their house and we would kind of play for a little bit, which was really fun because, I hadn't done that in a really long time.
Right.
And we just kind of got to practice some of the newer music and, they all thought it was great, which was really nice because, they appreciated it. And that was really cool. I would definitely do that again.
Well, another leg up that you have on performers, even people that are 3 times as old as you, is you're already booking multi-state tours at 18. How is that happening? Who's doing that for you?
So we do have a booking company that we work with, but I will say that before the booking company, my mom was a huge part of that.
Your momager?
Yeah. Well, so she actually doesn't like that term.
Oh, sorry, momager.
And I will say, I think it's because truly, like, she works so hard. She's up before I am every day, and she works.
Well, you're still a teenager. They sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep as much as
Sure.
I will say my best friend sleeps a long time.
Yeah.
I do not. But my mom is up from the crack of dawn on her computer and just working as hard as she possibly can, which I am truly grateful for because I know a lot of younger artists don't always have the full support of their parents, and I've been super grateful to have that in my life. My parents have always been extremely supportive of everything that I've done. So
don't take offense at me using this term, but you're a great product to have to support. So you're not a product, you're a human. You have emotions and stuff. But
I don't take offense.
To the music industry, you're a product.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing you will either make money or not. So hopefully for you it goes well. In the Taylor Swift Experience shows, I watched one of the ones that was online. Had some audio issues, but whatever. I don't know if you watched it yourself, but like the audio goes whoop, 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 it goes up and down, up and down. Anyway, costume changes. Whoa, is that the most difficult part of the show, or what would you say that like ranks as far as like level of difficulty to?
I don't actually think it's that difficult, and I will say that I have some experience with costume changes. I was in musical all 4 years of high school.
Oh, yeah.
So I
was backstage.
Fairly used to that sort of thing. So no, I don't think that's the most difficult part. I do say that some costumes are harder to get on than other costumes are, but there are some green rooms where I have to run. And then I get back up on stage and I'm like,
out of breath. How am I supposed to sing?
So, I wouldn't say it's the most difficult part, but sometimes there's a little challenge.
I'm going to bet you were at least 2 of your 4 years the lead in the musical.
1.
Only 1?
Mm-hmm.
What a jerk your theater director is. What was your favorite role that you did in high school?
My favorite role was actually the leading role. I played Lori in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma.
Yes,
Yes, it was so much fun. And
I also had a lot of fun just being in the ensemble and the other shows I was in. I was in Beauty and the Beast my freshman year, Les Mis my sophomore year, and then Newsies my junior year, and then Oklahoma my senior year, which was super fun. And just we had a great cast for that one. It was a lot of my closest friends, so it just seemed like one big family.
Does that part of you, do you think that travels with you? I'm thinking of Sarah Bareilles, Ingrid Michaelson, who have succeeded as pop singers and then, Broadway.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something you want to do in the future?
I don't know. I've thought of doing a few, like local theater productions at some point.
It's not Broadway.
I know.
Shoot for the stars, Kanin.
Broadway would be fantastic, but I'm working with what I can.
Okay. I'm just trying to help.
But yeah, I would love to do that at some point. Right now, I don't have the time for it.
You're
because
busy.
I'm touring, but
You're busy.
I would love to at some point. Because I don't think I'm quite done with musical yet.
Gotcha.
I have so much fun with them.
Well, with the thing you have succeeded at when you're still building the singer-songwriter thing, Taylor's lyrics more recently have been not appropriate for all ages, and I'm imagining a lot of these shows you're doing are in like municipalities where it's So are you cleaning up the lyrics? You're just not doing those songs at all?
The songs that we do with explicit lyrics, I usually clean them up.
Substitutes.
I substitute the lyrics. But then the songs, some songs I just steer clear of.
Yes, 'cause they're not. Yeah.
We do have a few 18 plus shows, which is nice because then we can do some of the songs perform them as they were written. But yeah, honestly, I have fun with both versions of the songs either way. So, just playing around with things.
The reality is these 8-year-old kid has probably heard the original version anyway, but
they usually scream the lyrics. I don't sing anyways.
Yeah, I know. You've got originals though. Would you like to do another one?
I would love to.
Okay, what is it called?
This one is an unreleased one.
Uh-oh.
I haven't even recorded it yet.
It's an Acoustic Alternatives exclusive. Have you done it live, though?
I have done it live,
okay.
Yeah.
Exclusive erased.
But this is one that I co-wrote down in Nashville with somebody named Lauren Vale, and she's fantastic. She's extremely talented. It's called I Was There. Hot July night, almost the 4th. Wish I wasn't the fly on the wall. Burnt in my mind the sound of your shoes. Wish I didn't have that bird's eye view. This ain't a scene from a movie. This ain't my best friend telling me a story. 'Cause I was there when you turned on the light in the bathroom. Packed up your things like I meant nothing to you. Heard you sneak out like a kid after curfew. That's the first I knew. Then you tossed all your stuff in the backseat. Wish you told me you were unhappy. Wish I had one bad memory, but I remember 'cause I was there. 'Cause I was there. Sat on the porch, head in my hands, knowing I couldn't see you again. I still hate the way the fireworks light up the sky. I was there when you turned on the light in the bathroom. Packed up your things like I meant nothing to you. Heard you sneak out like a kid after curfew. That's the first I knew. Then you tossed all your stuff in the backseat. Wish you told me you were unhappy. Wish I had one bad memory, but I remember 'cause I was there. 'Cause I was there. I wish I was working, wish
wish I was sleeping, but I still would play you leaving. 'Cause I was there when you turned on the light in the bathroom, packed up your things like I meant nothing to you. Heard you sneak out like a kid after curfew. That's the first I knew. Then you tossed all your stuff in the backseat. Wish you told me you were unhappy. Wish I had one bad memory, but I remember her, 'cause I was there. 'Cause I was there. 'Cause I was there. I was there. Hot July night, almost the 4th. Wish I wasn't the fly on the wall.
That's a good one. I like that a lot. I'm gonna ask permission right now because I have two brains when I listen to music, and the one brain takes over most of the time. And that brain is the, would I play this song on the radio?
Oh, yeah.
And that brain said, yes, please. Can I play that? Because I have a radio show also called Acoustic Alternatives on 2 different radio stations, and it focuses on acoustic-based music. And that has the elements of the things I look for in a good song.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Okay,
actually.
well, consider it done shortly, soon-ish. Thank you. That was cool to hear it before most people, I guess. Having not seen you live in concert, I definitely haven't heard it. I've just tried to catch up and get to know you a little bit before you got here. I was looking at this as here is somebody who is young and already succeeding and about to take this leap into a new part of her career.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested in what's going on here because she's built up an audience really big by doing somebody else's stuff. But the stuff I've heard that's hers is pretty good. So what's this like? And that's kind of why I wanted to get you in now. Like a lot of times when I'm doing this podcast, it is about exposing people to music I think they should hear. That's really the basis of what I'm doing here. I'm not making any money at this. This is actually a money sucker for me at this point. But I want to help people succeed. I want people to know more. When I have a big artist in, it's like it's more of an indulgence, but let's talk about the things that no one else is talking about is what I try and do with them. With people like you, it's like, let's find out more about you and get people excited about what's happening. So that song, I think, will get people's attention.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for doing that. And it also made me think, okay, I don't know what box to check, and I don't think you want to be checked on a box, but what kind of artist is Kanin? Is she a pop artist? Is she a singer-songwriter? Is she a country artist? Is she all of them?
Mm-hmm. I would gladly check all of the boxes, I think. I think, I would love for my music going forward to be somewhat pop country. But I love being a singer-songwriter and writing my own music as well. So, I would check all the boxes.
Well, because if you're only pop country, you're only going to get airplay in a small segment of the world, although country radio is pretty big.
Yeah.
But there's a whole nother audience that might discover you if you do more. That does not sound country at all to me. That sounds like I'm trying to think of who it reminds me of. It reminds me of somebody I like, right? So it's in that realm of, I'm not really a country person by any stretch of the imagination. I like country tinged things. Port Huron-based Julianne Ankley. Have you encountered Julianne at all?
I don't think yet, no.
Okay, so she's a country artist, but when she sings with her band, it's very country.
Yeah.
When she sings solo, it's still country, but it loses the twang, I guess.
Yeah.
And the songs like this, they stand out more, and I can hear the lyrics, and I'm not feeling like I'm not really that comfortable with country, but I really love this, and the voice is great. And so that's what I'm saying about your stuff. Like if you pigeonhole yourself into this one thing, you might be missing part of the audience. So just something to think about. All right.
I'm experimenting right now with all that fun stuff. So
that's what you're supposed to do in college, which you're supposed to be in college right now. What would you be studying in college if you did accept your U of M, which we might still do?
Yeah.
What's your plans when you go?
I would study. The plan right now is music. I got in off of music.
They have a great music school.
They do. Fantastic music school. And that's one of the things that I noticed when I visited U of M, is they just excel in all areas. And that's part of the reason I love the school so much is they're just fantastic at everything that they do.
Looks good on a resume too.
Yes, yeah. But I've also thought about, maybe either minoring in business or even double majoring in business or even marketing, or even maybe switching my major to business or marketing just to help with the music business and marketing portion of the business.
As somebody who's been in the music business since 1985, retail, wholesale, radio, whatever this is, yes, you need the business background.
Yeah.
You didn't in 1985 when I started working in a record store. You got signed to a label. They did everything for you.
Yeah.
Now you have to be good at performing, good at writing, good at promoting yourself,
Yep.
good at blah, blah, blah. There's so many like hats to wear
Yeah.
now if you want to succeed.
Yeah.
And until you get to a tailor level, when then you can hire people to do that for you and not worry
Yeah.
about how much money you're spending on that because you're making so much money. But for now, you need to wear all the hats, and to know the business side will help you from getting taken advantage of when you do get to the level. So
and I have been interested in learning about the business. It's something also that the marketing interests me as well. So I think that, either one of those would be a good path to follow, just to kind of learn more about not only how I could promote my music, but if I ended up down the road wanting to do that for somebody else, promote somebody else's music, then that would be also fantastic as well.
Yeah. Help each other out.
Yeah.
Did you consider any other schools like Berkeley or is it USC in California?
Yeah. So no, Michigan has always been my top school. I've wanted to go there since I was a little girl. I've considered, I applied to 5 colleges. I was lucky enough to get accepted to all 5. So I did have the choices. But I think, based on my reaction to opening up the colleges, acceptance letters, I think that it was a very clear decision of where I wanted to go. Because University of Michigan was the only one that brought me to tears.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll start? Or are you kind of waiting to see what happens with all your music first?
I always like to say I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Okay. You don't have to pigeon. Maybe I asked a question you didn't want me to ask.
No, when people ask me, I'll cross that bridge.
I've been accepted. How long do you get to keep that acceptance without them going, sorry, bye?
It's just kind of it's a year.
Okay, so it's a gap year.
And I just got my second acceptance letter because they send you another one.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I do think probably next year I will go. And then after you've been accepted into the school, you can take another 2 years.
Oh, wow.
After you do your first year, I should say. But yeah, I do think I'll go next year.
Okay. Well, I mean, the fire is kind of hot on what you're doing with this. Yeah. So you don't want it to go, hey, I'm doing great. See you later.
Yeah.
Because then we lose track of you. And
I would still perform a lot while I was in school. I have a lot of experience balancing it because I did it in high school.
That's true.
But yeah, the performance schedule would still be very full. So.
And you got pretty good grades, otherwise you wouldn't have got into U of M.
Yeah.
So, all right. You've got the whole thing then. You got the brains, you got the talent.
Thanks
a lot. I didn't get any of that. I've noticed somewhere in my research online, too, that you do something that I think most people that are farther along in their career don't do very well. You play through a show sick. Yeah.
That's not my favorite thing to do. But
but you seem like you understand why you have to do it.
Yeah, it occurs sometimes. And, if I do get sick, there's a question of, you can, you don't have to do this show. And I don't know, I just feel like it's not fair to cancel last minute. So I always do it, unless I'm
can't sing. Zero voice is no fun for anybody.
Yeah.
Not us either as listeners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so usually it's just a little cold. If it was anything worse than a cold, then I probably would not perform, only because I wouldn't want to get anybody in the audience sick or any of my band members sick or anything like that. But, I don't know. A cold's not that hard, but it can be difficult sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, also in my research, I don't know when other people are trying to find out more about you, how they find out more about you, but I like to go to YouTube because it's free. I don't have to have Spotify to hear things. But I can also see if I want to get an image of what the person is about. So on YouTube, you have lots of little short clips, which I wonder if they were originally for Instagram, and then you said, "No, I'll post them on YouTube." I wasn't sure if that was a conscious thing to put short clips up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I was like, I want more. I want something like I wasn't sure that they were right. Like if I was in your position, the little short clips might not be enough for me.
Yeah. I I don't really focus on YouTube all that much, and I probably should.
It's another medium.
Yeah.
Where's your focus?
I would say mostly on Instagram. I post a lot on Instagram, and I'm trying to get more into TikTok. It's a little hard.
Don't use it at all.
But yeah, a lot of it's more for like a lot of little kids use it. So I'm trying to get into that a little bit.
Okay.
It's hard because I'm not like a huge fan of social media, but
That's your marketing plan,
I do what
though.
I have to.
Your marketing degree will probably lead you that for your
Mhm.
career. That might be the only way. Like right now, that's the only marketing plan I have, and I have
Yeah.
a marketing degree. Like, how do I promote my show?
Mhm.
Well, unless somebody signed up for an email that they have to sign up for,
Yeah.
they're not going to learn about what I'm doing. If they're following me on YouTube or
Yeah.
Facebook, well, at least I've already got them following me.
I think part of the reason that I'm not big on social media is just because I think I don't I think I would just have to dive into more how it works, and I don't know.
Yeah, the algorithms are hard to figure out.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
hard.
why do I see some things 3 days after they happen?
Yeah, it's so
Why is this the first time I'm seeing it that you're playing at this
It's
place
so
I want to go?
random,
Yeah, it's very
right?
random.
yeah.
I don't love it either, but it's like, well, it's all I got. It's free and
Yeah.
it's all I got.
Yeah. I do it cuz,
You have to do something.
yeah.
Well, something else that you're doing that a lot of people that aren't in your age group are doing is you've got a cruise that is a cruise with you. Tell
Yeah.
me about that.
So we're super excited to do the cruise. We've never done anything like this. We're used to traveling on land and performing on land.
Yes.
And to be at
So
sea
have
is
you
gonna
started
be...
to do this when you're playing just to see if you can handle it?
No, I have not started to do that yet, but I might
Don't.
have to.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
But yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's kind of almost like a package type of thing. So if you go through my website, then to buy the tickets,
Website is?
CaninWren.com. But also, if you go through my website, then that'll include the tickets to the show. But if you go through the cruise website, then it doesn't include the tickets to the show. So, that's something that if you're interested,
Yes.
then to look into that.
You, the audience.
Yes. But it's going to be so much fun. I'm actually super excited just because it's so different
When
than
is it?
anything. Did you say when?
When?
It's in March. I want to say the end of March, right? Yeah. It's the end of March. So, kind of around, spring break time.
Yeah.
So, might make a good Christmas or birthday gift. And
Is that what you're getting me?
yes. How'd you know?
Just kidding. Kanin Wren is my guest today on Acoustic Alternatives. It's been fun getting to hear your stories and your songs. Do you have one more in you?
I do.
What's it called?
It's called Crybaby.
Oh, is that what you're calling me now?
Still got the scar from that first grade t-ball game. It sure hurt a lot, but you walked it off for your daddy's sake. 'Cause he always told you boys don't cry, so you toughened up and over time forgot you even could in the first place. But in case nobody told you, darling, I just gotta say, if the sky falls down and the sun don't shine, if you get so lost that you lose your mind, you don't have to hide it all away. When it all goes wrong and it's out of your hands, when things don't go the way you planned, when it feels like the whole damn world's gonna drive you crazy, it's okay to cry, baby. It's okay to cry, baby. You're faking a smile
Well, you're trying to act all brave, but you can't fool me. I can always see when you're not okay. I know you think you're taking care of me and saving me from all the things you'd rather hide than let see the light of day. But if the sky falls down and the sun don't shine, if you get so lost that you lose your mind, you don't have to hide it all away. When it all goes wrong and it's out of your hands, when things don't go the way you planned, when it feels like the whole damn world's gonna drive you crazy, it's okay to cry, baby. It's okay to cry, baby. 'Cause dams can flood and bottles can break and hearts can't hold more than they can take. If it gets too much, then babe, there ain't no shame. But if the sky falls down and the sun don't shine, if you get so lost that you lose your mind, you don't have to hide it all away. When it all goes wrong and it's out of your hands, when things don't go the way you planned, when it feels like the whole damn world's gonna drive you crazy, it's okay to cry, baby. It's okay to cry, baby. It's okay to cry, baby.
Nice. Cry Baby is new music from, well, it's all new music, really, right? There is no real old music that exists in the world from Kanin Wren because she doesn't play that 11-year-old song anymore.
No.
I mean, the 11-year-old version of you. It'd be a 7-year-old song at this point. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Of course, yeah.
Boots and Bracelets is your next big thing, your project, your tour, your
Yes.
what to see. When are the next shows?
So for Boots and Bracelets, we have a show, our first show with that show, this Thursday. So we're super excited for that.
This might not be out by this Thursday, but
Yeah.
I will see what I can do.
Yeah.
It's the audio version.
Yeah.
The video takes a little longer.
Yeah, and then after that, we don't have too much booked yet just because we, after this first show, we're planning to book more, just see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a really fun show. There's going to be songs by Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Lainey Wilson, who's really up and coming, Megan Maroney, and so many more artists like Casey Musgraves. And yeah, it's going to be a super fun show, and my band and I are all super excited for it.
Well, congratulations on your already successful start to your career. I wish
Thank
that
you.
your other part goes well too, because
Thank you.
I mean, being a cover artist is fun, but you've just performed songs that you wrote or
Yeah.
co-wrote or
Yep.
were written for you or given to you, and I heard what I was hoping to hear,
Yeah.
which is somebody who's got the it factor.
Thank
So
you.
you're welcome. Thank you
I
for being here.
appreciate that.
More Acoustic Alternatives podcasts are coming. I don't know what they are yet, but there's about 77 other ones you can listen to, as I might have mentioned at the top of the show. If you're a fan of this kind of stuff, I'm going to say, you're just hearing me for the first time, look for Liz Longley. She was on here a few years ago, one of my very favorite songwriters, and I think that would be one that you would enjoy if you're new to Acoustic Alternatives, and you too should look it up as well.
Yeah.
Liz is a favorite of mine. Thank you again to Grove Studios for the home to do the podcast in. They've built in the studio that I'm standing in a place for me to sit, but we decided to stand today because it's, I don't know, I'm not playing guitar. It's probably easier to stand to play guitar anyway.
Yeah.
But they have spots available for you as a musician to practice, DJs to make lots of noise without annoying your neighbors. There's a place like the next room over is a place a lot of people used to like listen to their masters really loud to see what they sound like really loud. So basically, you want to make a lot of noise in your music career, come here in Grove Studios in Ypsilanti. Check them out. Thanks again, Kanin.
Thank you so much for having me.